Hi guys, it's Andy from mcfcfantv. Well, after yesterday in the Community Shield, what a wonderful day out for those who could make it. A big massive thank you to Ray. Did a fantastic job. He was running around like a blue ass fly, and then every 2 minutes I was getting videos sent through, and I was here at home editing the videos and trying to get them out for the fans prior to the match, and then after the match spent all night editing all the videos. I mean, there must have been, I don't know, 40-50 videos that he sent through. So Ray was absolutely knackered last night when he got on the Eurotunnel back to Paris, and I eventually got the video out at around about 1 o'clock this morning. So unfortunately I couldn't make it. I had a business appointment this morning, very early hours. So anyway, a tired Andy and I'm sure a very tired Ray in Paris, but I hope you enjoyed the video content. Don't forget to go and check it out. Anyway, what I'd like to do is a couple of bits of news really today, post Community Shield victory. What I'd like to do is actually talk about the players and how they performed yesterday. So if we go through the starting lineup that happened, and I certainly was when the team news came through, just what a good team that Pep put out. I really expected to see a few more youngsters. However, he gave some of the players with a couple of days notice of training. He gave them their opportunity, and what a victory, what a performance overall. If we start off with Bravo, I'll give him a 7 out of 10, because yes, there was the parry from Hudson-Odoi, and also the big long ball that bounced over his head, which everyone sort of held their breath when they saw it. But overall, I thought his distribution was absolutely brilliant. It was up there with Edison's. Some of his throwouts and his long balls out, out wide. I thought they were brilliant. So I'm not going to be harsh on Bravo. I thought he did a really, really good job. So he gets a 7. Walker, I thought he started off a bit rusty against Hudson-Odoi. Couple of occasions he was turned inside and out, and I thought, oh my god, he looks way off the pace. But then as the game went on, his class shone. I would have been frightened at the beginning if somebody who is a little bit older, let's say, actually had the confidence to go at Walker around or get behind him. But he's got electric pace, and that worries wingers or attacking, forwards or strikers, because they just think, if I push the ball past him, there's no chance. And then he grew into the game, and as the game wore on, I mean, he basically just covered everything. So I'll give him a 7 as well. I'll go across to the other side, Benjamin Mendy. Wow, how fantastic is it to have Ben Mendy back? What a player. I mean, some of the runs, as soon as he got the ball, and he pushed forward with it at pace. He's such a big unit. He reminds you of sort of Yaya Toure in his pomp, the way he runs with the ball. And defenders must just think, oh my God, look at the size of this steam train coming at me. So it's brilliant to see him back. And it's like a brand new signing. Don't forget that, City fans. It's like a brand new signing having Ben Mendy back. So his left foot is brilliant. So he's only going to get better. He's still a little bit rusty, but I thought he had a brilliant game, and I'm going to give him a 7 as well. Into Laporte, I thought Laporte it was a quiet game for him really overall. He didn't have a great deal to do, but what he did well. So a 7 for him. The Rolls Royce though, John Stones, what a game. I mean, the guy is absolutely class. All the way from the way he just looks brilliant. He looks like he's reading the game so well, back to when he was before he got the injury last season. And that interception was sort of Vinny-esque in his pomp for the second goal. The way he just read it and nipped in and took it off the feet of the Chelsea player, and then went forward with it. Even still running at 55, 56 minutes, he run to do an overlap to take a defender away for Bernardo to clip a ball behind the back of Luiz for Aguero's goal. John Stones is going to be some player. I don't care what anyone says. What we paid for him is going to seem like peanuts in another 2-3 years. He's going to be one of the best central defensive central defenders or central defensive midfielders even, the way he switched to that late on in the game. Wonderful game, getting a 9 from me. I thought he was brilliant. Moving into the midfield, Fernandinho. Well, there was all the talk, and if you look at the video that we did with Yannick, and Yannick was talking about Jorginho and what was my thoughts with regards to Jorginho arriving. Well, if you looked at the two players, and I know Sarri's only had them a couple of weeks, and they will certainly get better Chelsea. However, Fernandinho just makes the game look so simple. And for all you City fans, all the City fans who were moaning and whinging, and it's only the minority, about, we need this defensive midfield, we need cover, for Fernandinho, we need this, we need that, the other. Yesterday was an absolute masterclass from a player who's got at least another year at the top of his game and the first team regular in the City team. I never doubted it. I've always said he's absolute class. Him and Kante are up there for the best central defensive midfielders in the world for me. He's brilliant, so cool on the ball. He knows exactly what he's doing. A player can be right behind him, and just with a swivel of his hips, he's gone. And the ball is played simply and starts another attack. So for me, Fernandinho yesterday, though didn't do anything that was sort of magical, he was just at ease. A Rolls Royce of a player. So he gets a 9 from me. Absolutely brilliant. Ahead of him, they played Phil Foden and Bernardo Silva. Wow. What can you say? I'll start with Bernardo first. And I must admit, Ray's always loved Bernardo. I was a little bit critical of him, and for that I apologise last season when he was out wide on the right, and sometimes I kept sort of saying, well, I wish he'd just try and take a player on instead of cutting in on his left side. And Ray kept saying, oh look, his ideal position is where Silva plays. And I'm sure we'll see better of him. And the more and more I've seen of him, the more he's been played in that sort of central midfield role where David Silva normally plays. What a player. I mean, his touch is incredible. Don't forget, guys, he's 23 years of age. Yesterday, he put on an absolute masterclass of keeping the ball moving constantly at speed, and his pass through for Aguero was just classic. David Silva, never mind Bernardo Silva. So Bernardo Silva for me gets a 9. Brilliant player, and he's only going to get better under Pep Guardiola, which leads me to the Stockport Messi. Now I know there's lots of hype, and I was listening when I got into bed, waiting for the final edit to be put out last night on the big video we did yesterday. I was listening to TalkSport, and it was about 1 o'clock in the morning, and Will Gavin or whoever it was talking about him and a couple of others, and they were just absolutely raving, saying, if he's not in Gareth Southgate's next squad, because it's something that England have absolutely been missing, somebody who can take the ball with confidence in tight areas, no panic whatsoever, and actually run with the ball and get beyond midfielders. Yesterday, for Chelsea fans, I know everyone was looking, for the Chelsea fans were looking at Jorginho, and a couple of comments I saw early hours this morning when I got up to drive to Gloucester was that Fernandinho and Phil Foden would be overrun by the likes of Ross Barkley and Jorginho. Well, wow. Phil Foden absolutely dominated Jorginho, and he made Jorginho look like the 18-year-old, and Foden played like a 26-year-old. I mean, absolutely, what a player, what a talent. And we don't want to overhype him. He's still young. He's got a lot of filling out to do. He's still quite weak physically in respects, but his control of the ball and the way he shields it and turns, and he's got that David Silva-esque sort of vision that he knows immediately before the ball's even come to him where the opposition players are and where his own players are. And some of the passes in tight areas where he controlled the ball. There was one time, I think it was Barkley or Jorginho, he took a ball from Bravo out of the air, right by the byline in front of Pep, and he had two players all within like 5-6 yards of him. Now, any normal person, defender midfielder would actually sort of clatter into him, but the way he controlled the ball, dead in an instant, and then faked and turned inside and just played a simple pass which started another move. This is an just 18-year-old kid. So, I mean, this kid has got the world ahead of him. And we'll be disappointed if he's not playing every game. He's not going to play every game. He's going to come in and out of the team, substitute appearances, etc. We've still got to remember we've got David Silva and Kevin De Bruyne, who are going to definitely start ahead of Phil Foden, but he's certainly going to get more than 5-6 games this season, and he's definitely one that we're all excited about. So it was brilliant to see him. Thought he had a wonderful game. I would give him a 10, but I think that's a little unfair. I'll give him a 9. I'll give him a 9.5. I thought he was that good and that exciting. I was just on the edge of my seat every time he got the ball. And that run in the first half to then, commit 5 players and then sort of feint as if he was going to play like a 1-2 with Aguero and continue his run to drag a defender across, giving Aguero time to finish coolly from sort of 18 yards out. That's an 18-year-old. Absolutely magnificent. So a 9.5 for me. Mahrez. Now, I made a comment at half-time, which a couple of people sort of got a bit shitty about, and I basically said that Mahrez needs to step up his game. He's had 3 really good chances and messed all 3 up, and that's fact. I'm not going to sit here and blow smoke up his arse and say, oh, what a wonderful game Mahrez is having. I thought he had a poor first half and wasn't much better in the second half. However, he's got time to adapt to the system. I actually think, in all honesty, he didn't look fit. So I'm not sure whether he was still feeling that knock from the weekend's game against Bayern Munich. But he's going to be incredible for City this season. He's going to be a very, very important player who can play in various positions. So I'm going to give Mahrez, and don't give me grief, I'm going to give him a 6 because I didn't think he was great. On the other side, Leroy Sané, he looked frustrated, sort. I was very surprised. He looked very bright in the first sort of 10 minutes or so. There was the ball that went through, and I know Ray mentioned it in his halftime video. Actually watching it on the TV, as I was doing, it wasn't the best ball from Aguero. It sort of got caught under his feet instead of playing it in front of him where he might have got a first time shot off. But still, the touch there was a poor one. And ever since that happened, he just seemed to cut a more frustrated figure. There was one point where he got the ball. There was the slightest of challenges. He ended up on his backside, hitting the floor. It was almost like, oh my God, I'm just having a nightmare day. And I think that basically summed him up. He didn't have a great game, but another who's going to be an absolutely fantastic player for this season, a very important one. He gets a 6 as well. Which leads us to Sergio. My God, he could have had 5, he could have had 6. Now, he scored 2, and 2 brilliant finishes from him, but he missed 2 or 3 other ones, which potentially he could have had 4 or 5. But what a player. There's no doubt in his ability. I mean, I messaged Ray earlier to say that I was listening at lunchtime to some Liverpool fans on TalkSport saying that, Firmino, if you were doing a combined City versus Liverpool 11, Firmino would get in above Aguero. What are you talking about? Jesus Christ. Firmino ahead of Sergio Aguero. Gee, give your head a wobble, Liverpool fans. There's absolutely no one. So he got his 200 and 201st goals, guys. Don't forget, this is a serious world-class striker and has been for 3, 4, 5 years for Man City. So, yeah, I'm giving Sergio a 9. I would have given him a 9.5, only but it's a couple of misses that he made. But, yeah, I mean, that's his real first game for several months, or a couple of months since the World Cup, and they went out and he didn't really, they didn't do a great deal in the World Cup. So, Sergio gets a 9 for me. That's on to then Gundogan. I thought Gundogan played really well when he came on. I think Sané went off, looked controlling. But I think, in all honesty, by that time, Chelsea had given up. Chelsea were really poor. I thought the midfield was garbage. I thought Jorginho, Barkley were awful. I thought Pedro was non-existent. The only player that came out of Chelsea's squad yesterday with any dignity was the young kid Hudson-Odoi, and I thought he was fantastic. Don't forget he played with Foden in the World Cup when they won it. He's going to be some serious talent, and Yannick actually pointed out the fact that him and Mason Mount, who was on loan, are going to be two serious players for the future for Chelsea, and no doubt in watching him yesterday. Yeah, he's raw, but what a player he's going to be. But Gundogan came on, did his job, made that nice pass for the second goal out wide to Bernardo. So he's done his chances no harm of staying at City after I posted about those rumours of him going to Inter Milan. We saw Brahim Diaz, flitted in and out, tried his luck, had one or two chances, nice little play with Gabriel Jesus who came on, which was great to see him. Probably should have scored with that nice little touch through from Diaz. And then we had Gomez. I mean, the poor kid, he was waiting there for I think 2 or 3 minutes to get on. I think it was the 93rd minute we got a corner, and he came on and Pep was giving him directions of where to go. I don't even think he got to the box as the ball came over before the ref blew the whistle, but the kid got on, and well done to him. So overall, what a game! I thought the real class. It surprised me because I thought with all these sort of first teamers, as we like to think, playing, they'd be a bit rusty and only back in training for a few days. Picked up exactly where they left off. They were incredible against let's say an understrength Chelsea team with Kante and Hazard missing. I still thought they controlled and dominated the game from start to finish. So well done. One other thing, I read this afternoon when I got back. I think the statistic now is Pep Guardiola wins a trophy every 22 games. And that's spanning back from his career when he started at Barcelona. A trophy every 22 games. I mean, the man's a genius. He's an absolute genius. So, great day out. Thanks again for Ray for all his hard work yesterday. We both were working solid all day from literally 11:30 yesterday morning until Ray was on the Eurotunnel, and I finally sort of posted the final video at sort of 1:30 or something this morning. So it was a long day. I hope you enjoyed the videos. Please go and give them a watch. It's worth the while. And it only just makes us sort of push out more content when you guys sort of give us your comments and subscribe to the channel. We're almost at 2,000. Don't forget, please make sure you do subscribe.